see a bit of brickwork. We expect at one point, it was initially built with the limestone and then it was filled with a brick lining. So there, again, there's a couple of phases, inside the cellar where they've modified it over the years. So the 200, 300 years that it stood, it changed, and it changed a lot. And it's our job now, once we've finished recording all our walls and picking apart the different pieces, to try and put that in phases so that we can then go, initially it looked like this in the 1700s, then it expanded, then they built a second wing, and then they built a courtyard off the back, or whichever configuration that it was. We'll also look at other halls that are nearby, because often people copy each other and have similar designs. So that's the sort of remains of the hall. So we've got a couple of wings, one wing largely demolished, one wing survives quite well because we've got the cellar, little ancillary buildings in between, cobbled courtyard, and then there's probably more structures beyond there that are never going to be done. So some of the hall will still remain, some of it will lose. Going that way, you can't see very much of it. There's a reason, there's not much to see. We've got a courtyard with a lot of what we call hardcore, so just demolition stuff that they've spread out and patted down to make a yard surface. That's probably the latest version, because that's quite a modern technique compared to having nice cobbled surfaces. So again, that might be a reflection they're running out of money because they haven't got the money to cobble it nicely, or it just that it's easier because they're bringing in heavier vehicles and they're not using horses. So we'll look at that again in the post-excavation side of it. So that's about it for the hall. We're quite excited that we've found various phases and that we should be able to date when it was built and when it was demolished. And we should be able to see, we've got glimpses of what their ceilings or walls would have looked like. We know what they'd have been walking on outside. So we've got a nice story to tell, and we think we've got as much information as we possibly can out of it. Has anyone got any questions about